Welcome everyone to yet another edition of Fuel. We pray that God would bless you as you listen to His word today.
Today, I have someone to introduce to you. Well, maybe say reintroduce Joker, whom we all know as his cruel villain of Gotham City. The bad guy, hence, of course, one who takes pleasure in hurting others and enjoying the agony of others. But ever wondered why is Joker like that? Evil, cruel, selfish, and always seeking to hurt others. Well, recently in one of the movies, we are informed that he has a broken past, where he was hurt physically and emotionally, and so he withdraws himself from the society and develops a feeling of hate towards all people, as well as his life too. And so Joker becomes a cruel villain, all because of his reaction to the hurt that he had experienced all his life. But experiencing physical or emotional hurt in life isn't a new thing that happened exclusively to Joker, right? We all face moments in our lives where we are hurt. Maybe by our family members, our friends, our disappointments, and even by strangers sometimes. However, there is no problem with feeling hurt when something bad happens to us. It is part of our human nature, you see. But the problem arises with our long term reaction to this feeling, where we tend to store this hurt inside of us and decide our reaction towards it, which is either to withdraw ourselves because of our fear of getting hurt, or maybe doing tit for tat, much like Joker. And so, our reaction to the hurt we experience is important to note. But I doubt if any of us would like to follow Joker's reaction to the hurt. His reaction did more harm to him than anyone else. But wait, let's see if we can mold this reaction to some other better way and change things for ourselves. How about looking at someone who was as hurt as Joker or maybe more, but reacted differently? Why not learn from Job? Let's go to him. Now, we all know that Job was a righteous man, so much so that God mentions him in heaven above. In the book of Job, chapter 1 verse 8, Bible records God talking about Job saying, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." Wonderful, isn't it? But later in Job chapter 1 and 2, we find that he loses all his family members, his wealth, and his health too. He is afflicted with physical and emotional hurt. More so when he hasn't earned any of this. He is deeply hurt. But focus on his reaction. In Job chapter 2, verse 9 and 10, his wife says to him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." But he replies, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" And so, he prays constantly and fervently. He expresses his hurt in his prayers and constantly is talking to God about his hurt. Notice that he is praying all the more while he is in deep pain. Finally, God answers his prayer in Job chapter 38 to chapter 41 in a rather interesting way. God talks to him about all his creation, right from the smallest thing possible to the biggest thing created. God takes Job on a tour of all that he has created in love. He shows him how big and wisely planned the whole world pattern is, tells him that he who has created this world is majestic and cares for his creation. Quite unexpected, right? But through all of this, Job realizes certain things. He realizes how big God's vision is and how tiny our thoughts are. He realizes that God sees our experiences as whole, but we see them only in that moment. God sees beyond time and space, but we are limited in our understanding of the situation. And so we become hopeless instead of taking our problems to the one who knows all things about us. and has the power to bring about the best from all things. God, through his answer to Job's prayer, turns his reaction from hurt and agony to peace and endurance, which he receives after trusting in God's larger plan for his life. And because his reaction towards the hurt he had experienced turns into trusting in God and seeking strength from him, he endures the hurt along with God and later receives all that he had lost twice as much. Job finally reacts to his hurt in a changed manner. He puts his trust into God's plan, which is a big plan, and he understands that when we go through hurtful moments, we are only able to see that part of the plan and not what's ahead of it. And so, turning to God for swapping our bad reaction to the hurt with peaceful and trusting reaction is a better option than what Joker opted for. So, why not try and react towards our moments of hurt like Job did? So, let's have it on our fingertips. Cut on the withdrawal or isolation from our loved ones. Choose God for dealing with hurt. Continue to express your feelings to God in prayer. Connect with Him closer to God's prosperous plan even through these hurtful moments. Close it all, and that fist becomes a weapon to fight against all hopelessness whenever we are hurt. So now choose one reaction to those hurtful moments, Job or Joker. Our prayer is that this session would help you in dealing with hurt. May God bless you.
Thank you, friends, for joining with us. Stay connected, and we'll be back next week with yet another edition of Fuel. Be blessed with this song. Hide me now under your wing. Cover me with